Hi everyone, welcome to our Motionhouse Online classes. I'm Shannon, I'm one of the dancers in the company. We thought we'd take this opportunity to create an outlet for you guys to be able to keep moving in the comfort of your own home. These exercises are designed for you to do at home, static, in any space that you like. So you could do this in your lounge, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your garden, wherever you feel most comfortable. So take good care when doing these exercises, be safe and be creative, and we hope you enjoy. So throughout this video there will be some moments of teaching points just to help you get to grips with the movement. It just gives you some pointers so you know that you're using the technique properly. And I will demonstrate the exercises side on, front on, or from behind, so you can learn the exercises just as you need to. Motionhouse takes no responsibility for your health and safety during these exercises, so please ensure that your space is clear and that you're exercising safely. Make sure you only work to your safe limits, listen to your body, and take good care. Okay, so we're going to start with 4 reaches up, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and really going all the way up through your fingertips. Don't just give me floppy hands. You really want to stretch up all the way through the body. 3, 4, and then we're going to take it to the side. We go side, 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 and again taking that all the way through the body, through the torso, not just showing the arms. So you go all the way through the body, 3, 4, and then taking it down to touch the toes. We go toes, 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 and then if you have room, you may not, just do it on the spot if you can. You reach up, you put your knee down, so as you take your weight onto your right foot, you're going to put your knee down, sit your bottom down, face the back, roll to stand up. So we start with our reaches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach away, knee down, roll to stand up. Then from there, we've got a big arm circle, and you're going to swing down and come back up with another big arm circle. As you go down, try not to keep your head up. You want to relax your head down so it's nice and easy on the body. So we go big circle over the top, coming back up, stretch. We come down to a crouch and then shoot out to plank. So when we're in this plank position, we really want to keep a flat line the whole way. Try not to sink down and try not to arch up. You want to try and keep a nice, strong position with our shoulders going over our wrists and holding it there. So we go into our plank, we lower down, throw press up, to then twist around, spiraling to face the back. So if we go from our circle, we go over the top, relax, over the top, up, we come down, push out, release down, and roll to face the back. We then have 2 reaches, so we go up to this corner, reach to the other corner, and then we roll onto our knees and opening out to the side, coming down onto the bottom and spinning on the floor to then release back. So let's go from our circle. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, coming down, pushing out, roll to face the back, and a reach onto the knees, opening out, down, spin onto the floor. You now have 4 sit-ups, big sit-ups, so you're on your back, and you're coming up, stretching over, coming up, and rolling down through the spine. So what you really want to think of is your arms should help you roll all the way down through the floor to lay down. Otherwise, we don't want our arms to just take us back onto our back. So we've got 4 of these, coming up and back and coming up. That's our 4th one. You're going to stretch into your hamstrings. Really just find it for yourself. You can pull your heels, you can pull your toes back. You can put your head onto your knees. Just do whatever you need to do. And then after that, we just get up in our own time, standing up, and then we repeat on the second side. Okay, so I'd recommend you do that exercise on the right and left and really indulge and get into the movement. When we do our hamstring stretch, when you do it the second time, you could also just go into second and stretch your second out, reach into the side and the other side, and just waiting to open up those hip joints. When you do your reaches at the beginning, you need to make sure that you're really reaching up to the ceiling and you're getting this full stretch down the side of the body, and the same on the second side. And then when we come down to the floor, you really want to go down into your legs and not just keeping a straight leg. You want to really lunge, making sure that we're warming up our quads. So we're going to start off on the floor with our legs stretched in front of us, flex our feet and everything all in line with our hips, knees and toes. We're going to stretch up nice and tall, and you've got 4 sweeps forward. So we go 1, 2, 3 and 4. And as you do those sweeps forward, you want to think of really reaching past your feet and keeping those legs as straight as you can, and just thinking of the weight taking you down and taking you up and through your hamstring stretch. So you've got 4 of those. Then we're going to take one where we go to the side. So we just take one arm, spiral into the side and coming back up, and the other way, spiral into the side and coming back up. So you want to think of really twisting in the torso to be able to get that stretch across the side. Then we're going to take one reversing down, and you're going to take that to lay down on the floor. Then we're going to come into a baby, really, really tight and small, and then we're going to open up into a star on our backs. To then go into the other side, really, really small, and opening out onto the back. The next one, if you've got room, you're going to come up onto your knees, and you're going to open out, roll over the knees into your star. If you don't have room, just open back up into your star rather than doing the roll. Then we're here, and as soon as you've landed, you come with your legs up, knees and hips all in line, feet planted into the floor, and we're going to do 5 swings. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When we're doing our swings, we really want to make sure we come back to our position in the middle with our feet on the floor. Try not to take the toes off the floor. And when we do our swing, keep contact with the floor the whole time. So you can really use that weight and the momentum to let your legs swing. On your final swing, you bring your leg open to the side, to face the side. So we're in this straight line. You're gonna come up onto your knees, and then it's gonna rotate around to then face the front and start on the other side. We'll go again once more. So we've got 4 brushes forward, 2, 3, 4, and then we go one side, other side, and reverse down to the floor. We've got our baby, opening out, baby, opening out, then we come up onto our knees and rolling to our back to then go swing and up, swing and up, swing and up, swing and up. Last one, you come up to face the side, coming up and over the knees and spiraling round to go onto the second side. So I recommend you do this exercise 4 times, right, left, and each time you do it, get deeper and further into the movement. When you do your swings, really keep your feet grounded on the floor and using the weight of the leg to swing you either side rather than using the muscles to carry your leg to the side. When you're doing your baby and your out, really show the difference of being really, really small, contracting those muscles, and then expanding and opening up the chest the whole time. So now we're going to move on to a foot exercise, and we really want to work into the floor and really push in our feet to get them nice and warm. So we're going to start with our feet in parallel. You want your hips and knees and ankles all in line. Your parallel, you should have a fist and a little bit between your toes, just making sure that your weight is going through the middle of your feet and going through the second and third toe, with your weight slightly over the balls of your feet. So now we're going to go into a demi. So you're going to come up onto your demi point and down. You're going to take it with a plie and stretch, and then we're going to go down. You're going to push it off, bring it back to demi and back to the floor. As you take this off, you want to think of your foot being stuck to the floor with chewing gum, and you want to think of that it being really hard to take your foot off the floor. So you've got demi with a plie, demi push it off, demi down. Then you've got 2 slow flicks. So you've got 1 and a 2, and then you've got 2 quick ones. 1, 2, you're going to take a plie and stretch to then take it onto the other side. So going on the left, we've got a demi with a plie, demi push it off, demi down, push, and quick with a plie stretch. Then we're going to go into some tendus. So you're going to tendu your foot forward and back into parallel, slow, and then you've just got 2 quick ones, out, in, slow, and in, out, in, out, in. And what you want to think of doing is really pushing through the floor, going through your demi point and stretching all the way through the back of the leg, and then coming back into your parallel. After that, we've got a roll through the feet, so we're going to demi plie, you're going to roll through the feet, and you're going to rise up to then have 2 rises, and then we're going to take our arms up and we're going to balance to finish off with. And here you can either take a leg off or you can stay on 2 feet. You can do whatever you feel you need. Just really think of keeping that weight up and over the top of the toes, and then we're going to come back down and we will go onto the second side. So just a few pointers. When we do our demi, you really want to think of pushing over onto the arch and pushing it forward rather than keeping the heel back. You want to put the weight through the centre of the foot so we don't get any movement in the ankle this way or this way. You want to make sure that your weight is going all the way through the centre of the foot. So you're here, and then you do exactly the same with your plie, really pushing that so we get more of an arch in the foot. And then, like we said before, we really want to see that moment of flicking off the foot, imagining it's stuck to the floor, and we push off the floor and off the floor. And then when we take our tendu, you really want to think of your feet being stuck to the floor and you're going through.
I can speak to you.
So our last exercise now, we're going to go on to some small jumps, and we're going to start with padding through the feet, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with a plie. Repeat again. 1, 2, 3 with a plie. 1, 2, 3 with a plie. You're going to join this leg into a rise and plie down. So then repeat on the other side. So remember, when we're doing our demi, we really want to track our leg over the top of our toes, just like we did in the previous exercise. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, join it on top, 1, and plie. After that, we're going to move on to some bounces. So we've got 4 bounces. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, really tracking those knees over the toes. Then we're going to take it with a rise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do 4 little jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you've got 2 big jumps. 1, 2. So we're going to take this exercise twice in parallel, once in first and once in second position. So when we do this in first position, we really want to think of really focusing on our knees going over the top of our toes. We don't want the knees rolling forward or the ankles rolling out. So you really want to get that alignment going over the top of your toes and out to the side, straight from the hip, not from the feet. So we don't want to force our turn out. We want to make sure we're in line with our hips and our knees are over our toes as we plie. So then we take it over the tops and we've got our correct alignment in our first position. I really hope that you enjoyed this class and you learnt something from it. Keep in touch and keep posted online looking at our social media on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. If you want to share with us any footage of you doing these classes, please tag us on Instagram or send them in via email. This would be greatly appreciated. Keep safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.